Okay. Let's see if we got the sound going out the back end. And if we do, then we can start this off. Should have sound coming out the back end. Same setup as I had last time. So let's check this out. We have sound. All right, let's start this off the right way. Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another live stream. And today is the day before Canada Day. So celebrating Canada Day a little bit earlier today or this year, by one day. Uh, so this is a day where uh, Canadians basically get the day off and celebrate, just Canada's birthday. So, there's going to be fireworks going off and all kinds of stuff. So, and somebody's already been lighting fireworks off in the neighborhood, and I live, right across the street from a gas station. So if the stream goes down abruptly, you know why. So uh, it's just one of those things. People like to celebrate with blowing off, $300-400 worth of fireworks, and you know, is what it is. But yeah, today's what Americans would call Independence Day for Canada, but it's actually just the birth of the country, because technically we still are part of the Commonwealth. Um, we don't really you know fall too much to the monarch rule. We do things our own way, and the monarchy just lets us do it. So there's going to be a lot of parties going on this weekend coming up. Combination between Canada Day and the 4th of July, American Independence Day. So time to celebrate, and what better time to celebrate than summertime? I spent most of the day outside, walking around, getting my monthly groceries and stuff, and I had a lot of exercise today. I didn't bring the little camera because it's just one of those things. I don't want to take the camera into the grocery store and show everybody, like what I can afford and what I cannot afford and stuff like that. That's kind of a little bit too private. So when you get in, chime in, say hi, uh, chime in with a happy Canada Day, and don't forget, if you put 949 in the chat, like just 949 in the chat, Nightbot will uh, bring a link up for your channel, and you can get together with other people, other creators. So um, we'll just wait for some more people to come in and say hello, and just got myself a fresh cup of coffee. We're ready to go. But yeah, Canada Day is it's always been an interesting day for me, especially because right in the middle of summer, or right at the beginning of summer, you get that holiday. And how you doing, Andy? And Nightbot can be. Um, Canada Day is one of those days where when I was younger, that was the start. That was really the start of working. When Canada Day hit, it was like right after the celebrations, it was time to settle down and get working. Get out there, cut the lawns, and do the corn detasseling, and so on and so forth, and building decks and whatever I could to make a to put $2 together to buy my school clothes for the next school year. So, but after after I got older and got into the factory life and stuff like that, Canada Day basically meant week shutdown, and then head up north to go do some fishing with some family or whatever like that, or go do a family reunion or something. Which it's odd that we don't do the family reunions anymore now that the older generation is like not the one step ahead of me, like 2 steps ahead. They're pretty much all gone. So it's kind of weird the way that once the wartime family members are gone, family reunions start dissipating like crazy. It's like, oh, we just don't have time to get together, and it's almost like the elder generation was the glue, like the grandparent generation was the glue to keep everybody together. Once they start leaving the planet, all of a sudden family reunions start fizzling away. It's not that people don't care anymore. It's just that they just got so many other things on the go that it just passes their mind. But yeah, I had a good conversation with Kendi K on her channel a few nights ago. We're shooting a breeze, talking about growth of how to grow a YouTube channel and stuff, and yeah, it was a good conversation. She had a nice sized panel on there. It was like 5 of us up, and we had a good conversation, adding our own thoughts of what to do to feel more comfortable talking to the camera and whatnot like that, and just random things to help people grow their YouTube channel if they want to grow it. And I basically chimed in my 2 cents on what I did to help boost my channel up, and feel more comfortable talking to the camera, because like, believe me, that's weird at first, because you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I'm just talking to a machine. I'm talking to thin air. And like, how do I approach this? How do I make it sound real, make it sound me? Put a picture of your best friend underneath the camera. Talk to your best friend like you talk, and tell your best friend what the topic is. And people that have done that, they've had a good showing, and got more comfortable presenting themselves to the camera and their audience. But yeah, the this year is going to be different for Canada Day, because all the stupid stuff going on in the world, it's just insane. And being that everybody has their own interpretation of what's going on and the reasons for it, that just adds in for all kinds of different debate that I just don't want to get into. But yeah, we're having some really seriously tough times on both sides of the border. And the price of coffee 2 years ago was $5.99 on sale, $9.99 regular price, or actually $7.99 regular price. I looked at the price of coffee, $20.74 for the same can that I bought 2 years ago for $7.99. This shit's got to end. This gouging. That's all it is gouging. Like, we're being gouged, and they say, well, you're going to get like a 3% increase. Yeah, but the price of stuff went up 45% this year, and it went up 45% the year before. It's like, you give us a 2 or 3% increase and then bump the price of the cost of living up 45%. That puts us 43% behind the 8 ball. And then the following year, it's even more because we haven't caught up from the time before. The rich making the poor poorer. But that'd be enough of the political BS, because to me, it's just BS to begin with. It's just one class of people putting their thumb down on another class. And to me, that ain't right. You should be encouraging your citizens to, do better and prosper and help them prosper. But that's just my own opinion. But Canada Day is, I remember so many times going out water skiing all day long on Canada Day. Oh, some of the fun we used to have back in the day, back when I was in my 20s and early 30s. Oh, man. Going camping and golfing and all that other good stuff. Do that now? Oh, no, that can't happen. Number one, the eyes. Number two, the back. My body ain't what it is, what it was back then. My body has said, you've had enough of that kind of fun. Let's do something a little bit more relaxing. So, if we don't get too many more people chiming in and saying hi and engaging in the conversation, we're going to shut this down. Because, it's hard enough to come up with a topic and, present a topic and, keep it going without any, engagement coming back. That's why I always say be respectful with everybody and engage in the conversation. It's fine to have lurkers, people who just, put your live stream on and, go do dishes or go, cook dinner or whatever like that. But having people actually engage in the conversation makes it, you get to see more aspects and more opinions about the topic. That's why I like having people engage in the conversations. As long as we stay on the topic, sometimes I get guests on here and it just goes off the rails and it's like, okay. But the channel's flourishing. We're 2813, I believe it is. On the I believe it's 2813. Let me go check it out. 2821. Raised. Got a bump. But channel's growing and growing and growing, and I'm happy about that. We're having all kinds of new friends come in and check out the videos and commenting, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe all the videos that you see. It helps bring awareness and bring more people to the channel to see maybe some of the songs that either they've forgotten or never heard. Happy Canada Day, Paul. Yeah, another 4 hours and it'll be Canada Day. Yeah, happy Canada Day to you too, Andy. With some of the new groups that I've been covering, a lot of their subscribers some of their subscribers are coming over and checking the videos out and, subscribing and becoming part of the community. And, I'm really happy about that. And, I welcome them. Oh, you're raining hard there? Ooh. Yeah, we had a little sprinkle on and off today when I was out and about. And it was just, actually quite pleasing. The way it just sprinkled just a little bit and then it would go away. And then, it's like, oh, whatever. It's like, like, okay, feel like I just got heavy sweat going on, and just cruise on, just keep on going on what you're doing. But there's this fella that's working on this house next door, and he's from Mexico, and man, this guy is a hard worker. Like, he has done so much progress on the outside of this house. It is not funny. It's actually quite inspiring, really. Like, the amount of care and the amount of knowledge and speed that this guy has for doing the work that he's doing is just phenomenal. Like, he's done more work in just today on the outside than they did in 2 days of working prior. And it's just phenomenal to watch him just. But it's just it just goes to show that he came here to work, and he's doing just that. He's working. He got a job, and he told him, "Yeah, I'll work for you." And yep, he's working. He works quite efficiently. He works a whole lot smarter than he works hard. Like, when you work smart, you work fast, you work efficient, and you don't you don't burn your body up. Took me a long time to figure that one out. I burnt my body out a whole lot before I realized, hey, there's a smarter way to do this. But so what else is going on in the world here? Got a video coming out tomorrow for Canada Day, and it's celebrate Canada's birthday. And it was written by a couple Canadians, like Robin Barker and friends. And it's a wonderful song about all the reasons why they're proud of being Canadians. And on July 4th, which is Friday, I got Miley Cyrus and Party in the USA. Busy day flying this morning, gardening this afternoon, hiding from the rain tonight. Busy. Yeah. Dodging raindrops. That's one song that I should actually look into, do a little bit of research on. Is must be raindrops falling from my eyes. That's another one of those songs that it hits you in the back of the head, and it's like, I'll just let that sit there for a while, and then many years later, it's all of a sudden, boom, it's back in your mind. It's like, okay, where was that song again? Thank God we got YouTube. You research it up, and away you go, and have a little bit of fun, getting that earworm out of your head. What else we got coming up in the lineup? Got Tears for Fears with Pet Shop Boys with Opportunities. Yeah, it totally shocked me. Totally shocked me when I went over 2,800. I was like, yeah, might actually hit $3,000 by the end of the year. And that'd be fun. That'd be interesting if we got up to $3,000 by the end of the year. That'd be a nice goal to hit. You almost have 5. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you're well, having a few more videos would help. And if ever you needed a yeah, big channel. If you ever needed or wanted help, with editing. I can show you how to do it. I do my editing, um, or anything like that. Yeah, just give me a call and I'll give you a hand. I'll show you how I do it all, and then you know we can help you get going and growing and having some fun. But yeah, I'm still thinking about that drone. I think that drone would be fun. Take it out to the park. Bing! Take it to like a parking lot or something like that. Um, like take it out to the big strip mall supermarket chains way out on the other end of town. And oh, ouch! Surgery postponed from the 4th to the September 15th. Yeah, that might put a little hindrance in trying to build something. Um, and just basically show, like take it out to the where all the main shopping center is, and show what where everything's at, kind of thing, um, and how it's all laid out or whatever like that. I think that'd be an interesting video for the Patreon page. But yeah, another thing I'd like to do is do some drone footage and then just do some music in the background just for like easy listening, do like an easy listening playlist with the drone footage and stuff like that. I think that might be something I might look at doing for the main channel for like a seasonal whatever. So give me a give me an idea on that's something you guys would actually like to see or something. Well, yeah, like I use my editing software to you know level out the music so this way here it's you know bearable. But like I don't want to have the sound of the drone throughout the whole video. That no, but just flowing around, having a little bit of music playing in the background, just kind of easy listening kind of stuff. Just for if you're bored and you're looking for something to play in the background, pop that on. I think that'd be like do a country, do a yeah. It looks like it's just us. I was actually saying like when it comes to the live streams, engagement is one of the key things that keeps the stream going because you know talking by myself to myself, it gets pretty hard for after a while and a little bit boring, and I'm like, well, nothing left to do but end it. But yeah, like having someone to you know having somebody to share their thoughts on the topic is that's encouraging, and it also gives a fresh perspective on the different opinions that people have, because we all have our own opinions, just like we have our own buttholes. Just nobody wants to hear from a butthole because eventually it just stinks. Um, but yeah, other than that, got a bunch of really good songs coming up. Um, got all the way to the end of the month. Oh yeah, like hello Nicole, how are you doing? Yeah, that's one thing I've always said. Like the one thing I can say thanks to the American president for is uniting our country. The unfortunate part is we're united against him, not against the people of the country, just him and his policies. Period. Like, I still really enjoy talking to and playing World of Warships with my American friends that I've made through that game. I still have a lot of fun talking with those guys. I still have a lot of fun and still enjoy those friendships. Not yet. My parents had a problem with their freezer, and I've been like on pins and needles waiting for them to get a working fridge. Like, they bought a fridge and it didn't work. So now they got to ship it back, get another one brought in, wait for it to find out if it's actually going to work. And I'm basically on pins and needles waiting for them to say, okay, bring our stuff back here. So, until then, I'm like, basically juggling, 500 things at the same time. And, I'll take I'll take a listen to them. Like, no question about that. I will take a listen to them. I know I'll like them because I've liked everything that you've given me so far. It's just, with everything else that's going on in the family, I really don't have time for, the extra stuff, like I've got, the next batch of videos that I want to do ready to go. I just gotta, have that peace and quiet for, like the idea that my parents could be calling at any minute, and that will basically disturb the video that I'm creating at the time, and it's done it. I've had that happen a few times, and let me tell you, editing that out, oh man, pain in the boondocks. Oh, you missed me getting naked on the screen. You'll have to, rewatch the whole thing. Just by me saying that, people would be like, yeah, this whole situation's a mess right now. We got all that crap going on, got all the, the family stuff. It's, it's unfortunate that, it happened. It's unfortunate that the fridge broke down, but at least we caught it before they lost any meat or anything that was in their freezer. And it was good that I had room in my freezer to say, okay, bring it over here. Let's get it over here. Control delete. Yeah, I think I need therapy too. Again. Yeah. Somebody asked me one time if I could, do them a favor, and I was like, I got to get laundry done. Otherwise, I'll be making my videos naked, and YouTube's already told me not to do that again. That was actually the ending joke that I wanted to tell the first night I went on stage at Yuck Yucks was, your mother had you tested? Cool. The ending joke that I wanted to say when I got off stage at Yuck Yucks on the first night that I went on stage was, well, it's, it looks like that's my time. It's a good thing too, because I got to go home and do laundry. Otherwise, I'll be going to work naked tomorrow. And they've already told me not to do that again. that was supposed to be my ending joke, but it was I had the crowd just going the whole night, the whole time that I was up there. It just totally slipped my mind. I was like, time for me to leave. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your night. And it just totally slipped my mind because it was just so much fun doing that. So much energy and adrenaline just pumping through me. It was like it was the best feeling I ever had. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. It was all right up until it started screwing up my eyes, and I was like, no, I can't do that. Can't do that anymore. I gotta find out how to guard my eyes and how to block the light or position the light like I have now. I got these new lights. I got them positioned so they're not as painful to my eyes as they should be if they were pointing directly at me. So just so that I appear better in the screen. But yeah, I'm still thinking about the drone. If not for doing videos for the Patreon, doing like a playlist for like seasonal playlist or whatever like that, or a genre playlist, which I think would be kind of cool. Doing shoot videos or shoot pictures of old cars, go to a car show, snap video or snap pictures of their old cars, and just do like 50s, 60s, or whatever, 60s, 70s, and just kind of have fun with that. Put those kind of playlists up on the channel, and see how they do. I'm thinking well, we could do that next week. What's next week? Next week is the 7th. Yeah, we got old car shows here, I think every Wednesday over at the A&W. So I'll have to walk on out there, take some pictures, and walk on back. For me to get there, it would take well over an hour to walk there, and then an hour to walk home. Take some pictures. I might even be able to get some interviews with some of the owners of the cars, which I think would be cool. So that's something that I might look into. I might actually see if I can go to the car races in South Buxton. See if I can get a lift out there and go to the car races and sneak my camera in. Or see if I can get there early enough to talk to the owner of the track and ask him if I can do a lap with a drone if I have one. That'd be kind of interesting. Before all the cars get out there, and do a run through the pits and whatnot while I interview them. I think that'd be a really cool video. Outside, more than likely. I remember another place I'd like to get photos of cars and interviews of car owners is the big show in Bothwell. They have there's a car show every year in Bothwell. I can't remember what weekend it's on. I know it's in like middle of July, late July. But this car show here, they go around and they sell 50-50 tickets, and the winner's portion is like $10,000-$15,000. It's huge. I'd love to win that. Scoop that in, I get my book published. Either at Canadian. Oh yeah, that where they do your shows at. Yeah, they do our car shows. I think still at the A&W, which is right over by Canadian Tire. You hear that one that played Cletus on the Dukes of Hazzard? Oh, really? I didn't hear that. I did not hear that. Yeah, Andy, a lot of people don't like cap locks on when it comes to in the chat because they say, "Oh, that's shouting at me." um, yeah, I didn't know that Cletus passed away. Like, you know, when you get up there in age and your, body says it's time to go, it's time to go. But yeah, um, I want to get. I want to go out to some of them car shows. But getting out there is a bit of a challenge for me since I don't drive. But yeah, it's just one of those things. If I had a drone, I'd love to be able to just. But I'd want to make sure that I'm very proficient with it before I start flying it around somebody's, $80,000 redone car. So, yeah, just one of those, just yeah, something I think I'd like to have fun with. There's the neighbor's yard right next door while they're still working on the house. It's huge. Like it's got to be 300 feet long, and I can go back there. Rick Hurst, aka Cletus Hug, died on the 26th of this month. He was 79 years old. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know. I watched the thing. I watched a thing on a short video on the Addams Family. Most of them people are gone now. Like Lurch, both the kids, obviously Grandma. The only one that I think is still alive is Gomez Addams. 1982 Chevy half ton. Nice. Yeah. I had a 78 Monte Carlo. And let me tell you, I had a lot of fun with that thing. Twin sunroofs, a jack the ass end of it up, put some meat eater tires on it. Man, I had a lot of fun with that. Oh, Gomez is also gone? Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of them are gone now then. Because the kids, they both died young. The Wednesday, I think she passed away when she was 54, something like that. 54 or 64. Or she is 64 and the last one still kicking. I don't know. I didn't study it. I just watched it. Even the guy who played Cousin It, he's gone. But yeah, I just thought, well, that's a pretty interesting, idea. And then I was like, damn, that's sad. It's also sad that a lot of the adult players of Harry Potter are dropping like flies, like Hagrid, and all a lot of the teachers, and you hit the big 70 in January. Surprised how many people. Yeah, like it's nuts. Like we had an incident a couple weeks ago or last week where two young girls jumped into the Thames River, which has got a really nasty current, like it'd draw you right under. And then after they got, they got out, and then they got up on the bridge and jumped off the bridge, and one girl didn't come back up. And the other girl, she ended up in the hospital, but the one girl, she didn't come back up. And they were teenagers. It was like, what possessed you to jump off that bridge into that water? And the water is like, it's harder to see through than my glasses. And it's a nasty, nasty river. Oh, they think they can't get hurt, but man, they can get hurt, and they will get hurt. What hurts them the most is them thinking that they're not going to get hurt. Well, I'm invincible. No, the fictitious character Superman is invincible. But yeah, it's just like there's a lot of things going on that just make people lose their mind. Yeah, Tom Wopat played Luke. Yeah, he didn't seem like the outgoing kind of, express your emotions kind of guy. He was more of a, suffer it in silence kind of guy. Some people are like that, suffer it in silence and, put on the strong front. But when you've worked with somebody for so long, creating something so wonderful as the Dukes of Hazzard, it's hard not to create that family and, be kind of heartbroken. But some people, they don't want to show their heartbreak. They just want to, suffer it in silence and say, I'll deal with it my way. You guys deal with it yours. I know I'm kind of person that, like when somebody passes away, I'm like, at least I got to be, at least I got to have them in my life. That's the way I look at things. But yeah, I'm thinking about shutting this down. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna shut this down, have some dinner, and kind of relax for the rest of the day. Kind of, burned out a whole lot of my energy walking around for a little bit. And the one grocery store that I went to today, oh my God, was it nuts? The people were just, it was like, you couldn't move without, bumping into somebody. It was like, geez, get me the hell out of here. So, and nothing was like, there was really nothing, not a whole lot that was on sale. Where, brought it down to the point where, people on pensions would be able to afford it. But, it's a good thing I stock up a little bit beforehand. So this way here, when it, when the crap hits the fan blades, I don't get sprayed. Tourists taking everything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of tourists in my neighborhood. Nobody really wants to come to my city. But the grocery stores, like we're just getting gouged so heavily. It's unreal. But the government just allows them to do it. But I better shut this down and have myself a bite to eat before I end up. Oh, yeah, 100,000 tourists every season. Wow, nice. I gotta have a bite to eat before I start getting a headache and get a migraine. I won't be able to do anything. So until we get to the next one, folks, I wish you all peace, love, and happiness.